Hey guys, it's the History Nerd, and we are back with another exciting episode of Silent Hunter
Contact,
5.
Merchant, moving slow, moving away. Bearing 343, long range.
And where we last left off, we were killing some time out off the coast of Ireland, waiting for a new mission, and one indeed did pop up. We took a couple pot shots at a convoy, and then dropped down to about 50 meters. Where we're at right now. Just sort of waiting out the,
New contact, Merchant, moving fast, moving away. Bearing 345, long range.
the convoy escorts that were causing a little bit of a problem for us. We have 4 torpedoes in the tube, 1 in our internal reserve, 1 in our external reserve, and of course 1 in the aft tube, 1 in the aft reserve, and 1 in the external aft reserve. We've got almost a full tank, which is pretty groovy, and yeah, I think the plan is to kind of just stick it out around here. We weren't able to catch the convoy, mainly because of the lack of battery power. So the plan just kind of waited out a little bit, let those escorts pass us by, and then pop back up and hopefully get ourselves another convoy. What I like about this mission, the Western Approaches, is of course it is much closer. With the Atlantic air gap, we were getting a lot of radio contacts and things like that for convoys that were outside of the range. Oh, come on, seriously? This is going to be much easier, and we're going to be able to get a lot more of the convoys coming out of English ports, either through here or here. And yeah, it should be a pretty good field day for the old BDU. So I'm going to just leave myself happily down at 50 meters or 45, whatever we happen to be sitting at, and just let time tick past, and then I will be back when I've got something exciting to share with you guys. All right, so a little sit rep going on. First off, I've discovered how to set my speed according to knottage and not just ahead whatever, so that's pretty handy. So what I've decided to do is reacquire this convoy. And right now, what I'm doing is I'm matching speed with them until my battery level can get up to 100%. If we get out of the map view and go ahead and climb up here. Please. Thank you. We can see it's night. They're not going to be able to see us. And the sea is a bit rough. So I don't know how they're really unable to see us. But I'm going with it. So we're just going to stay back behind the convoy here. Like I say, until our battery power gets up to 100%, then we can drop down, speed up, and start picking off a few more of these guys. Considering the approach I've got lined up, as you can see, I am pretty tempted to try and sneak in on this destroyer from his blind spot, put a torpedo in his propellers, and then work on these guys. Once that fun is done, well, I am thinking about things, though. We're going to go ahead and pull in our external reserve torpedo just to give us 6 shots instead of 5, which is going to be, well, it's always better to have 6 than 5, you know, and it's better to have 7 than 6, but that's not an option for us. And so yeah, so we're just going to be tailing these guys, and while we do that, let's just take a little time out here. Go over some Silent Hunter news. So,
Task force sighted. Bearing 13.
I know we're stalking them. Don't worry. On Gamers Gate, they had the Silent Hunter Complete Edition for sale. It might still be for sale.
Bearing 20.
I'm not sure when the sale ends, whatever. I just looked and it was on. It was Silent Hunter 3, Silent Hunter 4, and the Wolfpack expansion, and Silent Hunter 5 for $10. So I was like, well, geez, that seems like a good idea. And they're all non-Steam versions. So I went ahead and bought it. I'm trying to figure out if I can transfer this save file into Silent Hunter 5 that won't be attached to Steam.
Task force sighted. Bearing 11.
That way I can get a lot more of the mods to work for sure. and that does excite me a little bit. I've also given Silent Hunter 4 a try, and I know a lot of you guys want to see a series on that. There won't be any more sub-games until Silent Hunter 5 is done. I'm going to keep it to one sub-sim running at a time. But I'm going to need a lot more practice. And just going over a couple of things, I realized Silent Hunter 5 was a departure for the series, and I realized that a lot of the hardcore fans didn't really like the direction that this game took. However, as someone who was introduced to the sub-sim with Silent Hunter 5, there are some things I miss. One of them, of course, would be the beautiful graphics. Silent Hunter 5, I wouldn't say is or Silent Hunter 4, I wouldn't say is an ugly game, but Silent Hunter 5 is a much better looking game. And the biggest thing that I like about Silent Hunter 5 compared to the others is just the ability to do this. Just walk around my boat. I like this. It seems pointless and useless, but it makes it more of a game to me. I don't like jumping between the stations. That being said, Silent Hunter 4 is a pretty fun game, and I'm not against doing a series on it, but like I say, one sub-sim going at a time. These things take a lot of time to record, and I don't know if I've got time to do 2 of these going at the same time. So don't worry. Eventually I will do a Silent Hunter 4, but we're going to have to wait. We might go backwards, because I do have Silent Hunter 3 as well, so we could do Silent Hunter 4 next, and then maybe Silent Hunter 3 after that. I'm not totally sure. Haven't really thought it through, but I do know that in the comments people are asking, and like I say, I'm not against doing it, but it is going to be a while, and holy crap, do I ever need practice. It took me a couple of months to get comfortable with Silent Hunter 5 before I felt like I could record it and do a series on it. I can safely say it's going to take the same amount of time with Silent Hunter 4. So here's hoping Silent Hunter 5 lasts a good long while. I'm really hoping Guntram can retire and doesn't, wind up on the bottom of the Atlantic. That would be a sad way to end the series. But you never know, and let's face it, I'm not the world's greatest sub-captain. So time will tell. Anyway, there's really no reason to do this in real time, so I will be back when we've got our battery power set to full, and we're ready to take on some convoys. See you guys in a bit. Alright, so we're sneaking up on this convoy, and for some unknown reason, I cannot target this destroyer. I can clearly see him, but he doesn't come up as a lock. Now, it's not really that big of a problem, or it's not a problem with the periscope or the locking system in itself, because I can certainly get a lock on that guy. But before I do that, I definitely want to take out this escort ship, and I just can't seem to do it. It doesn't show up when I pop up as a ship on the map, as you can clearly see. And so I'm just going to keep trying to get close here. And thankfully I didn't leave that sitting out, as I have a tendency to do. But I'm thinking I should really be able to target this guy by now. And for whatever reason, I've got forward-facing tubes. We're definitely going forward, and that guy is definitely there. So I'm not, I'm sure you can hear that. I'm slamming on the space bar. We are not able to target him whatsoever. So that is frustrating. Not necessarily a fan of that. So what I'm tempted to do is just try and get their attention. I figure if I fire a torpedo off sort of in this direction, it should hit something, right? Well, you know what?
Torpedo depth set to 1 meters.
How far off are we from, say, this guy?
Tracking new target.
Now, in theory, we should be able to sneak up to him pretty quickly. And... oh, 0. Anything on this guy yet? Still nothing? Alright. Well, let's just try speeding time up just a little bit. That should be good. We should be nice and close to this destroyer now. We should be able to see it. And I'm sure as soon as my periscope pops up, he'll be firing all sorts of weaponry at us. And yet still not targetable, which is frustrating. Because even if I was like super pro sub-sim player here, like I can't get a target lock. Even with the TDC off. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on. What? Come on. The rough seas certainly aren't helping things. Let me find... Oh, there we go.
Tracking new target.
And if... Are you kidding? We lost a lock that quickly? I mean, if we tone this down... That's not really going to work. We need that to be like that. And we need the lock to stay. Please, please.
Target marked.
Not that guy. Oh my god. Come on. There we go.
Target marked.
Let's just cut our engines.
Stop.
I'd really like these waves to calm down. That is for sure. Oh, come on.
Target marked.
Let's make sure we get nice and close in there.
We have a task force inside.
I'm
Bearing
aware.
6-8.
Tracking new target.
Come on, little freighter. You know you want to. Nope, lost the lock. Waves, you need to chill out. Alright? That's not the ship, that's the
Target
ship.
marked.
There we go. Alright, we're getting close. And that destroyer still hasn't taken notice of me. So, I'm gonna call bugs. That's my theory. Warm up that warhead, and...
2, 1, los.
Los. Alright. Let's drop that down, and pick up our speed again.
Off speed ahead.
I'm not sure if this is gonna be successful. Where did... Oh, my torpedo is way the heck. Well, how did that happen? Well, I guess I shouldn't have time accelerated like crazy. But that does confuse. That confuses me. Have we got a lock on that guy yet? Most certainly we do not. Perhaps he was damaged in the previous attack, and the game just doesn't quite know how to handle a damaged destroyer, I would
Torpedo missed,
guess.
sir.
I know it missed. I'm curious as to how it missed. But it did miss. Okay, so obviously this is... Actually, let's play this smart. Obviously this isn't the best way to approach going after this freighter, or going after these freighters. So let's cut that to about there.
New waypoint.
And just try and get
Course
ourselves in.
20,
That might be a bit too deep. A bit too deep into the freighters, that
2,
is.
1, ready.
Yeah, I'm not really liking that. Let's just take a look at where we're at when we hit this waypoint. Here. Well, we've got the attentions of a destroyer somewhere. Hopefully, we can target said destroyer.
Target marked.
What do we got? Let's tone that down. And even then, that's going to be a tricky shot. What about you?
Tracking new target.
Yeah. Let's... Seriously,
Task
where...
force sighted. Bearing 3.
Oh, of course. It's the destroyer that I can't target. How wonderful. We're going to have to crash dive this.
Current depth 20 meters.
Okay, good. At least we're dropping. So we won't get rammed.
New contact. Warship moving slow. Closing. Bearing 233. Short range.
Current depth 30 meters.
I am a little frustrated because obviously we should have been able to take care of that. In the meantime, I am gonna have to answer this phone call. I will be back when something exciting happens. Alright, sorry for that. Joys of buying a house, people will call you in all hours of the day. Anyway, let's go ahead and resume. We've thankfully crash dove away from the magic destroyer that nobody can hit. So I'm feeling good about that, but I'm also feeling like that might be a sign that we'll cut our engines, that this might not be the convoy for me. So we will wait, we will let it pass by us, and we'll see if we can find something new. So be back with something exciting. Alright, so I don't know if there's something wrong with my game or if my luck is just off, but getting locks on destroyers today seems to be nigh impossible. So as we can see, we've got two contacts. We've got a nice big freighter back there and a destroyer coming up to us. And you can see that I've got the crosshairs directly on this warship that is steaming towards us. And I'm getting nothing. Now, I realize a lot of you guys are going to say, head-on shots are pointless on a destroyer anyway. Why would you want to do that? It's stupid to engage destroyers. All these other things. Well, okay. I might agree with you. Regardless, I still like the ability to target them if I need to. And at this stage, I need to. I would imagine. I'd like to get a shot off on this guy so I can go after that guy. That's just, you know, what I want to do. And at the moment... I stand corrected. We are able to target destroyers.
Torpedo depth.
It was just one that we were unable to target. Okay, so, hopefully this guy gets in range. Well, no, he's not going to be able to get in range before he sees us. So what I might need to do is just be tricky about this and wait. Now, I'm going to lose the torpedo lock, but if I leave my pointer there, I might be able to guesstimate this. Oh. He turned away. And I have moved into the Celtic Sea. I was hoping that that would clear up some things, but it certainly doesn't look like that is the case. And by clear up some things, I mean clear up the conditions of the sea. But not today, it would appear. Today is not my lucky day. At least not when it comes to getting targets. Which is frustrating, because I like getting targets. Anyway, what we can attempt to do then is slowly,
Minimum speed
maybe
ahead.
two,
Slow speed ahead.
inch our way closer to, hopefully, the freighter. Now, at last contact with that freighter, it was traveling a whopping 6 knots, and it was coming this direction. So, we can see now, we can make out the destroyer there, who has no idea we're here. apparently.
Half speed ahead.
We can kick this up to half speed ahead then. Just get ourselves a little bit closer. No, he's making a turn. Let's cut our speed.
ahead.
And let's see if we can't observe him doing maneuvers. Now, of course, taking out one freighter isn't going to add a lot to our kill counter, but it was a relatively large ship, I believe.
Target marked.
There it is there.
Tracking new target.
And if I can look in on it, it is coming this way, which I do like. So we'll want to position ourselves a bit more, heck, even like that, really. And let's see.
New contact. Warship moving slow. Closing. Bearing 9-4. Long
Did
range.
I leave my periscope out? I did. Silly Guntram, leaving the periscope out. Okay, let's zoom out. See if we can't pick things up.
Tracking new target.
Okay, well that's... Is that really the freighter? That is. But it was... Well, I mean, I guess I can't complain about them changing direction.
All stop. New waypoint. Course
Let's pull that down while we maneuver. Because that's probably a good idea. We'll spin this back around, probably up sort of that direction. And let's cut our engines.
All stop.
And see just where we're at. All right. I guess for this work, the periscope, or the observation periscope, might be a better bet. All right, so they're definitely heading that way now. So I guess something like that, maybe? Let's get that back down and set up
Speed ahead.
better positioning for this.
New contact. Warship moving slow. Constant distance. Bearing 320. Long range.
Is that actually long range though? I don't know if it is. Regardless, we're not going to be getting fast enough to get a shot off on that destroyer. All right. Cut our engines. See if we can't confuse them. All right. Don't do this to me, waves. Where's the ship? That's the destroyer there. Definitely making a turn for us. That's the ship I'm interested in. He's way too far out. Okay.
Target marked.
Now, yes, I am quite aware that this guy is turning. And probably picking up a great deal of speed, getting himself set up. We'll try that. We'll just see if this is going to be a successful shot or not. I'm not sure what depth I had it at, so it might just go under. Or, you know, slide by the side. Yeah, it's just going to go right past it. I would imagine. Yeah. I had a feeling that was going to happen, but I couldn't not take this shot, you know?
Tracking new
It's this
target.
problem I have. Let's get you up. And again, I feel like, you know, with him being this close, this shouldn't be as difficult a shot as one would make it out to be. Like, it feels like if I just launch it, right, it should... Really, with the position of that frigate, or that freighter behind it, it should hit something. So we'll just wait just a little bit longer here. Thankfully, we're not losing our lock. I do appreciate that. What if we pump that speed up? We should be able to get a lock on 2. Let's just make sure, and let's warm up our warhead. Because if this does hit, we're going to need it. Well, now I feel like I may have missed my chance on the freighter behind it. Still in 3, 2, 1. Nope, nope, nope. Whatever, that's going to be close. Let's see if we can't take a look at that freighter. That freighter is way too far out. Okay. So, what we're going to want to do is reposition ourselves kind of out like that. So let's go ahead, kick that up to speed 3. Underneath the destroyer.
Torpedo missed, sir. 2, 1, ready.
As you can see, I'm not that concerned about this destroyer tailing us. I've got the periscope down, so that's good. And, in fact, let's see if we can't see where this jackass is at. Way over there. That's fine. And there is our freighter. We're coming in quick enough. That we might just be able to get a shot off on this guy here.
Target marked.
Alright, this is looking good. Cut our engines.
Oh, stop.
That's looking maybe like we went a bit too far.
Back slow.
And I know if I drop this down... Oh, well, if I drop that down, we should just pump it up a little bit forward. I don't think I'll be able to make up the distance to get a more accurate shot, so I'm stuck on 3s. And how is our torpedo loadout doing? We've been better. We've been better when it comes to munitions, that's for sure. Oh, come on! Give me that back, please! And don't zoom out to 15 kilometers when I bring it back. Maybe a little bit more speed up. This should be a relatively deep craft, so I'm not that concerned about this torpedo missing them. All I'm really concerned about is this torpedo hitting them. We are getting close to getting these things lined up nicely, which is helpful. We're getting very close, in fact.
2, 1.
I'm hoping that's a hit. We'll soon find out. I like the looks of that shot. So as we can see, it's a fairly decent-sized craft. And I like it. All right. As you can see, it is pretty shallow around these parts. Okay, well, I like it, but I am not seeing any sort of damage, which is frustrating. Of course, the ship is on fire. We know we hit it. And where's that annoying destroyer at? Way out over here. Obvious. Is it?
Ship sighted. Bearing 293.
Yep, that's the one, all right. Okay, well, That asshat is definitely coming in. But what I want to do...
Tracking new target.
Actually, can I get a speed reading on this guy? 6 knots. I'm hoping he's slowing down, is basically what's going on here.
Target marked.
Alright, let's cut our engines. Because if I need to get another shot off on this guy... Well, actually, no. If I need to get another shot off on this guy, we're going to have to go at the 2 mark. Which means we are going to have to get closer. Okay, bring that back up. We're getting close. Let's warm up that warhead. Almost there. Los. All right. Oh, well, we can see the glorious path that torpedo is taking. Riding up over the crests of the waves, and indeed, that is going to be a hit.
Torpedo impact.
Looks like we may have hit in roughly the same area. I think that's a confirmed kill. Oh, indeed, it is. If you hit a ship in the same place twice, quite obviously, it's going to split apart. In glorious fashion. My word, look at that. Look at the holes we made. Okay, well, I am definitely going to want to see that ship sink, but before we do, let's see, can we do something about this guy? Strangely, oh, we might be able to here. Let's cut our engines.
I'll stop.
We'll warm up the warhead in tube 5 here. And I don't want to adjust this too much. Oh, it's not going to let me anyway. Okay, there we go. And come along now. Get nice and close. As soon as it gets close, the target's going to break. I can feel it. It's going to be one of those. All right, in 3, 2, 1, los. Here's hoping. Let's go ahead and get our periscopes down. That does have the potential, though. My word, that thing did not take long. Well, the aft end anyway. The front end. Let's see. I'm liking this shot. It's pretty rare one of these actually works. Especially when it's flying up out of the water. Aha! That's what you get for hunting down Guntram von Babenberg, sir. Get a torpedo right in the front section. Now, the unfortunate thing is, I believe this guy is still heading for us. Can we get a depth reading?
Depth under keel is
Perfect. Let's just go a bit deeper then, shall we? I think that sounds like a good idea. This ship did not last. Well, the aft end did not last long at all. If I'm ever on a freighter that gets dual torpedoed and split in half, I hope I'm on the front end. Because this is looking like,
depth 20 meters.
you know, relatively the safer option. But, yeah. The other end, nobody wants to be on the aft end of a ship that gets torpedoed, I guess is what I'm saying.
Current depth 30 meters.
And how's this guy doing? Obviously took a turn. And I'm not suggesting that this shot here is going to be critical for this destroyer by any means. I would not be surprised if this thing lives to fight another day. But the critical thing is,
Current depth 40 meters.
we got rid of this ship.
Current depth 50 meters.
And that's all there is basically to say about that. How's this guy? Slowing down for sure. And it's tough to tell with that damage. It doesn't look like there's a lot going on there. The only advantage is it's right in the front of the ship. So every, centimeter it moves forward, it's taking on more water. And ships aren't designed to take water on.
Tube 5, ready.
Well, time is over for this freighter. Has the aft section made contact with the seabed yet? Almost. And this guy... Oh. Not much time left. In fact, I'd say that ship is officially sunk. Let's go investigate this guy.
New contact, warship, moving slow, closing, bearing 326, long range.
I certainly do feel like going on a bit of a destroyer hunt. So let's get ourselves back up to periscope depth. We got 2 tubes left. Let's go ahead and hit speed 2. Let's check on our battery power. We got tons of battery power. To do this, we're sitting pretty, ladies and gentlemen. Sitting pretty. Now, we do have reinforcements coming in. 2 more destroyers. So that is the thing to be cognizant of and
Target marked.
Oh, well, I guess it would help if I pulled up the correct torpedo tubes. How quick is this little guy going? 6 knots. So, I mean, theoretically...
Full speed ahead.
We could catch up with this guy. Is basically all I'm thinking.
Bearing 192.
Let's keep dragging this out. Well. Alright, let's cut our speed. And see if we can't end this guy as well. Waves go away.
Tracking new target.
Alright. Oh. There is no target there because this guy is definitely going to be going under. So sometimes a damage model isn't always going to be representative of the amount of damage it takes to sink a ship. Good to know. Okay, well, I guess, we've got 2 torpedoes left, but I don't think there's any reason to get involved with this mess. I say we continue. Let's check that. We're almost halfway done the mission, and it's only October. We've got till February. But I think it's time to return to Lorient and get some repairs done. I don't know if we have any repairs to do. But we certainly have a fuel tank that needs filling, and we've got torpedo tubes that definitely need filling. So I'm going to head back to port, and I'll see you guys when I get there. Alright, so after our successful hunt,
Bearing
we have returned to Lorient Harbor. And there we have it. Home sweet home. 2 lighthouses here. That one back there seems a bit useless. I appreciate this one. That one? I don't know. Granted, I am no naval expert. So, yeah. Who knows if ports require 2 lighthouses or not. We got our tubes back and loaded. We've got our fuel tanks back and set. Obviously no promotion points, but that's okay. We'll just pull a nice, safe little turning maneuver. The last thing I want to do is leave port and run aground. And we're all well aware that such things are possible. So let's head back to the Celtic Sea and see if we can't find some more targets to sink. I'll be back when we get into a target-rich environment. God damn it, I thought...
Batteries damaged! Main pump disabled! Underwater propulsion not functional! Flooding is under control! Back full!
Periscope
Radio
damage!
damage,
Flag
sir.
gun operational!
Well, no, that can't be the end. I wasn't even near land according. Look at that! Okay. Well, fade to black. This is the most ridiculous, stupid, mind-numbingly insane thing. Your U-boat plunges into its final dive. Has the battle turned against Germany as it loses one more of its aces? Was it just bad luck, or has the enemy finally caught up with the tactics that have made you so successful? Unfortunately, it is the historians studying your career that will have to answer that question. So dumb. So dumb. Don't worry, guys. This isn't the end of Gunther von Babenberg. Because it can't go out that way. Even if that happened in reality, even if we accept the fact, or take on the idea that this is reality, that wouldn't have meant the end for the Defiance, or the crew being that close to port. That's ridiculous. So here's what we're going to do. Load up our last save game, or our last auto save. Hopefully those two ships we sunk were sunk. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. And I was even looking at that on the map, and I'm thinking, that's a little close. No, we're going to trust it. I don't know why. Should have learned my lesson. All right. Well, it's like that never happened. We never sunk the destroyer or the other freighter. Nope. No, we didn't. We're just stuck back in the Atlantic Ocean doing our thing. All right. Well, we are going to pick up right here where we last, or the next episode. I need to go, I don't know, punch something, flip a desk, do something to get rid of the rage that stupid, ridiculous crash induced. Save game. Stupid crash is stupid. All right, guys. That's it for this time. Let's go ahead and exit ourselves to Windows. Yes, please. Thumbs up if you've enjoyed this video. Leave your comments, questions, concerns, thoughts, jokes, musings, what have you below. Thank you all very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.